Oh, if I understand correctly, you're originally from
Yes, I
Texas, from
did. Yes, I
Houston?
did.
So I'm planning a trip really soon to Houston, Texas, and I want everything to be in place. So what kind of things can we see while we're there? Can you suggest anything to what to do while we're
Oh
there?
my gosh, let's see. Are you flying or driving?
I'm gonna
Driving.
drive.
Okay, so once you get into Houston, depending on what side of town you're staying on, but you want to kind of stay over by, if you like the zoos and you like the parks and stuff like that, you kind of want to stay in the Midtown area called Herman Park area. And they have beautiful hotels over there that you can stay in, or if you're staying with family, that's great. But the zoos and the museums, science museums, all of that is free in Houston. You don't pay anything to go there, and you can make a donation if you want, whatever. But you can spend all day at the zoo or all day at the parks. Um, a lot of other things you can do there is we used to always go to a place called St. Christopher's Park, where it has rolling hills in it. I don't know. I guess they probably built it because Houston is really flat, but and we would roll down the side of the hill. That was always fun to do. Another thing is that they have a new downtown area where you can, from Herman Park, you can take the train into downtown, and then you can see all the large buildings, all the old buildings that used to be there. They've now converted those a lot into lofts, and a lot of people live downtown. There's a mall downtown now. We still have the same old city hall we've always had. It's the only place on there with a clock. If you want to go out to a nice place to eat, I would recommend the downtown. They have what they call the Hemming Plaza, and it is a Spindletop restaurant. It's the name of the restaurant. It's called Spindletop, and you go all the way up to the top of this building, and then the restaurant kind of grows just a little bit, and you get all these panoramic views of the city. Awesome, just beautiful, especially at night or at sunset when the sun is going down. I don't suggest driving between 5 and 7 anywhere in Houston. It's gridlock, just gridlock. It's horrible. The traffic is terrible. You'll know that. You'll know that. But you are close to the beach. You're close. You're about 45 miles from Galveston, which is always a good day trip. And they have lots of things down there to do. And they have the seawall, which is the sea walk where they have the street, and everybody has a view of the ocean. It's not blocked like it is in Jacksonville. So you could just ride up and down that all day if you wanted to. They have the old homes there. The Bishop's Palace is a great place to visit. And it was the only one that survived the house, the storm of 1901. And a lot of history, a lot of Texas history there, that the kids would just really enjoy.
I'm so excited to go to Houston. I'm really looking forward to that. I feel so smart with all the information you gave me. I can't wait. Do you suggest for me to drive from Jacksonville to Houston in one just long drive? I'm driving with two kids, they high schoolers, and you know how they are. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? So what is your suggestion for us to do?
Oh, yes. Depending on what time you leave, you probably want to stay over one night so you don't make the trip all in one day. You can't do it all in one day, but it's very tiring. But you can either stay like in Mobile, has a lot of things you can do there. The other place is New Orleans. That's kind of like the halfway mark. And if they've never been there, you can show them the stadium and all that. There at the if they're football fans, you can show them that. The old French Quarter. You could go there. If you stay there overnight, then you could go maybe in the morning down to the French Quarter and have beignets and all that good stuff. Lots of history. Love it, love it. And then, of course, in Houston, they have the Reliance Stadium, too, so you can go on a tour of that. You can do lots of tours there and everything. But it does take about, if you decide to drive it all the way through, it's a 16.5 hour drive.
Yeah. 16 and a half. So I would figure that would be 8 hours to New Orleans from here.
Yeah.
So which is perfect. I mean, we can stop and just look around. I'm sure my kids will enjoy that. That's really cool. Also, do you know some areas that we shouldn't go to because it might be too dangerous for us? I know you say from 5 to 7, stay away from the traffic. But we'd like to know ahead of time what kind of towns we should avoid.
Not safe would be, I would say probably right now they've rebuilt everything in Houston since I've lived there, but probably your south end is where most of the crime is. So you probably want to stay out of that end. Um, but other than that, there's really not too much difference, as far as anything goes. If you want more of the affluent places, those are closer to downtown, and that's more of the memorial parks and your Herman Park and all the nice places. That's where all the really the tourist places are down that area. Not too much on the outskirts. Oh, and there's another place called the Galleria, which has an ice skating rink inside. And that's always fun because you can go shopping while the kids go ice skating. And that's always fun to do. And that's over on the southwest side, and that's really a nice area too. That's a nice area. It's just just beware of the congestion all the time. So
Okay, all right, that sounds good. And what do you think it will be the number one restaurant? Something that I must go. I would want something unique, a good restaurant. I don't care for a chain of restaurants. I want something unique. What's your suggestion on this matter?
well, let's see. Well, I would say the Yum Yum Pit, but it closed. And that was the best barbecue in Houston. I don't know why it closed. Um, there's really nothing in particular other than Spindletop is something that nobody else has. Everything else is primarily chains. There is a homegrown chain, a Mexican food chain there that started out there in Houston, and the name just doesn't get me. But I'll get back to you on that. I'll get you that before you leave. And that's
Oh, that's
really
okay.
great
It's not a big
Mexican
deal.
food. You'd love that. Most Mexican food places there are out of the way, and they are great because they're homemade. That's the best Mexican food you'll ever eat.
Wow, I'm hungry now. How about that? I'm so excited. Thank you for all the information you have given me. I really appreciate it.
Good. I hope you enjoy yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you again. Thank you so much.